What's going on, guys? Back here, hit the books, season 3, episode 13. Just me and Ace this week. Jesse and Huff are um, off for the week, I guess you could say. Just Ace and I. Ready to get into it. Ace, what do you got?
Yeah, like you said, the Yinzers gallivanting up around out there because Matt Canada got fired. I think it's just a national day off. But nah, both the boys busy this week, so Mac and I will be holding it down for you. Got a lot of stuff going in all these leagues. You and I did terrible on the card this week, like actually brutal. So I know we're gonna bounce back. We're gonna dive deeper into these games. I missed last week, so that's why I'm assessing my losses, I would say. But yeah, all three sports right now, in my opinion, the pro ones going at a good pace. So excited to dive into it.
Yeah, this is my second terrible week so far, but yeah, I gotta bounce back. My card's just been terrible. You're still in the positives, but a lot of work to do all around for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And with that, I mean, we didn't have a starting segment this week, but I was thinking with you and I just on the pod, we could just get a quick little fiery debate going about these New York Rangers and Boston Bruins, both playing great hockey. Could be argued as the best team in the league, but I think for a certain reason, the Boston Bruins are just there. I know you see it in all the power rankings; they're always at number one. You want to know why? Because they're just the better team. Um,
No, you want to know why? It's because they've been doing it for 2 years straight now. And when you saw what they did last year, literally have the best regular season of all time, and now they're coming back here and what are they, 13-2-2 or whatever they are? It's pretty ridiculous their win record or their win percentage in the last 2 seasons. Rangers are up there too. They both took losses last night. You guys at least got a point out of it, but the Rangers, I mean, they're playing some really good hockey. Panarin didn't get a point last night, so his 16 or 15 game point streak ends. But I mean, yeah, I can't say I saw this coming from the Rangers. Did you see the Bruins popping out like this with everything that they lost in the offseason?
I didn't think they would be starting off as hot as they did. I mean, they're literally at a better clip than they were last year, but this is why we're a better team than everybody in the league, I'll say, is goaltending and defense wins hockey games. It's nice to have flashy scoring, and we have that, but we have the best goaltending tandem in the league. So getting two top-notch netminders, like
But
your
you can
goalie.
argue that we're right there.
But you can't say that they're better than Swayman and Allmark. Like, it's lights out what they've
Well,
been doing.
yeah, I don't know, dude.
For
We
two
have the
years in a
better.
row?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, it's such a small sample size for the Rangers, but we do have the better goalie at the end of the day. Jonathan Quick is playing incredible hockey right now. So, I mean, I just think I genuinely do think that the Bruins are a better team than Rangers, at least like for what they're playing right now. The Rangers need to prove more to me. This could just be a run. You never know. But I mean, the Bruins have done it 2 years in a row. How can this be a fluke?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'm surprised that you weren't so like hyped up about these Rangers right now. They're playing such good
Oh,
hockey.
dude, I mean, I love them. They're playing incredible right now, obviously. But I mean, look what happened to you guys last year. It doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter about the regular season. You got to see them do it over 82 games, and then
But with how
you just got to
stacked
do
the
it in the
East
playoffs.
is, at least in the Atlantic, like I'm just so happy that we're getting points early because it's so competitive. Look at the rest of the league. It's the West that's really taking a hit. It's the Metro that's really taking a hit. But the Atlantic division, at least, is popping off with points throughout the whole grouping of them. So you got to stack them while you can. Just got to get there, and anything can happen. Huff and Jesse's Penguins picking up a bit, but with that, I think we should probably start with some hockey. Honestly, keep it
Yeah,
in that tune.
let's
Quick.
get into the NHL power rankings. Shit, I gotta find them. Give me a
No, I
second.
got them up right here. The latest
You got them?
ones. Yeah, the
Okay.
latest ones at least that we posted. Hockey, in the NBA, it's not as annual as the NFL. So get those out every once every other week at least. We got the Bruins at 1, the Knights at 2, the Rangers at 3, the Avs at 4, and the Stars at 5. I mean, I think the Vancouver Canucks are a team to watch. They're definitely passing up those Stars and probably even the Avs at this moment. You and I both had them last night on our cards.
Um, who did we have last night in the card?
The Canucks, you told them that you said they're going to blow them out, but they did cover. They covered
Yeah, they covered. Wait, actually fell asleep when it was 1-0. What was the final score?
3-1.
Okay, yeah. I mean, dude, at home they're not gonna. I mean, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be a close game like that,
They
like
got
a
to
one
be
goal
passing
game.
up the
I
Stars though
thought
in our ranking, right? Like they have to.
Stars beat the Rangers last night, though. I mean, Stars are still playing really good hockey. They beat them with
That's my
Wedgewood too.
Western Conference pick. If you
Stars are
remember.
really good, but I mean, the Canucks are right there. You know who's falling out is the Avalanche. I mean, they're taking losses left and right. They lost to the Predators last night after blowing a 2-goal lead.
Yeah,
They're
I
just
mean,
like
still
really.
the scariest team out west, I would say.
Oh, you got to say they're still like no one you want to see in the playoffs or anything. But for right now, who you want to see? I mean, there's teams that you don't want to see before the Avalanche right now.
Yeah, who would you rather see though, the Lightning or the Avalanche? I feel like those are the two older teams. I know they beat my Bruins last night in overtime, but both
I'd
kind of
rather see
falling
the
off.
Lightning. I'd
Yeah,
rather see the Lightning for sure.
yeah, they're kind of falling off as well. We saw the demise of the Washington Capitals come about really this year, and Alexander Ovechkin at least fall off the face of the earth. It seems, but it's funny those Pens are fighting back. I thought they were dead in the water.
Yeah, they were looking pretty bad in the old age. You didn't see much light in the forecast, but I mean, they're playing really good hockey right now.
Yeah,
Rangers
especially
got them
Sidney
tonight
Crosby
or
too.
tomorrow.
Sidney, he's still. Where do you put him in best players in the world? I saw a ranking the other day. They had him at
Right now,
16.
it's so no, that's ridiculous. It's so hard to gauge a player like him because honestly, you could say he's the best player in the world still if you really
No,
wanted
I
to.
don't think you could.
But why with the smarts and the impact in the game, 100%. But he's not the best. I mean, when you have like McDavid and all of them,
Yeah,
but
I think he's like
you
seven.
still,
Just
he's still. I was gonna say he's still a top
guessing.
7 player in the world, regardless.
Yeah, 5 to
What he
7.
does out on the ice, even with the way that he can't move it like he used to, it's incredible how he still impacts the game like he does.
Yeah, Evgeny Malkin really snapping off this year too. Their goaltending getting a little bit stronger, but I mean, I expect them to be a bubble team anyways. But I feel like they're going to
Yeah,
get right back
exactly.
there.
They're kind of right where I thought they were going to be at this point in the season. I just didn't expect the the streaks that they've been having.
For that Metro though, I honestly think the teams out there just looking at the Canes you always got. I think the Rangers are better than the Devils. I think the Devils are a little bit fraudulent, and people are really starting to believe that, even though they might start turning it on now that they're getting slept on. I
Yeah,
think the
the
Islanders
Devils
Islanders are
the
so
Devils are
consistent.
consistently mid,
Yeah, but
but
good mid enough to be the 8 seed every year and give you a run for your money in the playoffs.
I feel like last year they were right outside, but I don't know. I don't think they're a playoff team. I don't think the
They
Islanders
have the
can get there.
goaltending to do it though.
Yeah, but that's the only reason that they're even like talked about.
Yeah, but they could. I could see them bringing in someone. They brought in who last year? Is it Bo Horvat? They brought in.
Yeah, Bo
Yeah, I
didn't
feel
really
like
do
they
much.
could make another move, but I think that's a team. Like I'm more afraid of them than the Penguins, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not really scared of the Penguins at all, to
No,
be
I don't
honest.
think so either. But we'll see come down the stretch, and then out west, obviously you have the Knights out there doing their thing.
They're kind of falling. They're like 0-3-1 or 1-3-1 in their last 5 games or something. They're kind of falling back to life. But yeah, I mean that's still obviously the cup. What's the word
Favorites.
I'm looking for here? No, um, reigning
What?
cup champ. I don't
Yeah,
know,
the
reigning cup
reigning
champs.
champs,
Yeah, yeah.
the
So
current Stanley Cup
they're
champions, I guess you could say.
yeah, they're
Um,
still there. They're still there.
Yeah, but like you're right, they're falling off a little bit. Same with the Avalanche. I don't believe in the Canucks too much. I think they'll be a playoff team, but not a top end one.
I don't know, man. That roster is good, and Thatcher
It
Demko
is.
keeps playing like this. I mean,
Philip
when you
Hronek
have
was a
the
great pickup at the deadline last year.
yeah all those big names. I mean, they're really stepping up. Elias Pettersson, top 5 player in the world.
Did you see? Yeah, I've followed him since he came in. Even in what he played in the Swedish leagues or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
Swedes.
I saw him get drafted. Was on that right away with Lemon. We used to watch his highlights back in the day.
Howie.
Yeah, and he kind of snapped off right away, and he's kind of growing into himself a bit, taking over with good talent around him. Honestly.
What about those Ducks sitting at 9-9, 18 games into the
It's
season?
a fun team, huh? I just don't think that sticks around much at all.
No, no way. But it's kind of cool to see them
Mason
kind of.
McTavish breakouts here though.
He's playing really well, and Trevor Zegras drop off here, which is crazy. How they're still putting up the
Trevor
points that they
Zegras is
do.
never that good though.
I mean, I mean, what do you have? 50
No,
points last
he's a
year,
highlight
55
reel though.
points.
He's a power
Yeah, for
play
sure,
highlight reel guy.
for sure.
No
But I mean,
defense.
I think he got a little pissed about his contract and said, "Fuck this, I'm done
Yeah.
trying."
Better players on the team. I like Troy Terry too.
Retire his dog.
There are other young guys though. That defenseman that's pushing for rookie of the year. Was it Minitkinov? Pavel Minitkinov. You ever heard of him?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't
rookie
see it.
this year. I think they have another guy making his NHL debut. That's contributing up front. His name's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, those stars. I don't know if you watched last night. Tyler Seguin put in uh, the game-winning goal shorthanded. So I mean, they're just he's been hot in that lineup with the young talent they have, and then guys like Sagan, Pavelski, Ben able to still contribute. That's a scary team in my opinion. I know you agreed with me last year that Ottinger flop in the playoffs was a fluke.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 2 years ago, we stood on his head in 7 games against, I think, the Avalanche, but I could be wrong. But yeah, all good stuff out of the NHL. Want to move on to the NFL?
Yeah, definitely.
Get into the week 12, or you want to go over the power rankings real quick? You got them?
Yeah, I can go over them. I got them right here. So our latest power rankings. The Philadelphia Eagles coming in at 1. This is pretty fitting. The Kansas City Chiefs at 2. The San Francisco 49ers at 3. The Dallas Cowboys at 4. The Baltimore Ravens at 5.
Was that last week?
That's last week's. Do we have our official one for today?
No. Did you send?
Yeah, I did. And Huff and I had very similar rankings.
All right. Well, we can just go over these then, because I'm probably gonna have like somewhat the same as you guys. All
Yeah,
right.
let me read it off. I'll let you know what Mac. I'll let you know what Huff said, and I'll go with where we differed. I'll tell you what, we do have the same teams in our ranking. Huff went with the Eagles, the Niners, the Cowboys, respected the Chiefs, and put them at 4, and then went with the Ravens at 5. He did give an honorable mention to the Lions. I think just because that
Because they're 8-2, you
yeah,
have to give it out.
that record's so juicy. But my rankings, I went with the Eagles still up top after beating the Chiefs last week. The Niners coming at 2. They look like they were balling last week, and they look like they were firing on all cylinders. I still have the Chiefs at 3 because they narrowly lost. Should have beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That MVS drop, so classic. Aaron Rodgers was probably laughing watching that. I had the Ravens at 4, and then your Dallas Cowboys at 5.
So yeah, well, I mean, I'll probably have something right around there. I'll put the Cowboys up a little. I don't know, dude. I think Chiefs kind of drop out a little. This Chiefs team is really not that good. It's just Pat Mahomes, honestly.
But
So
should they have beaten the Eagles last night?
they should have beaten the Eagles because Jalen Hurts threw for 150 yards, 0
Right? That
touchdowns, and 1
defense is for
interception.
real. Steve
But he
Spagnuolo's
played
got him fired up.
right, but he played terrible. I mean, you have to win that football game if you're Pat Mahomes in Arrowhead. The opposing quarterback, the MVP favorite, just shit the bed, and you still lose that football game. I don't know that. I just don't think that Chiefs offense is really not that good.
They need better receivers. They really do.
They have nothing. They
How
have
they
you
lead the league
cannot
in drops.
rely.
You know how many drops they have this year already? 28.
That's yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
that's
Did you
ridiculous.
watch
And
last night?
I did, and when Travis Kelsey has games like
Oh,
that, you have no one to turn to,
I
so
think
you're
Travis
screwed.
Kelsey's age is slowly appearing.
I don't know. I think he's a little bit distracted. He was in Argentina last
Yeah,
week.
that's what I'm saying. But that mixed with he's old.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
he's got to
but
slow down a little bit at some point. You know?
yeah, I mean, but 4 weeks ago he looked fine. 3 weeks ago he looked fine.
Yeah, but it's a long season. We know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris Jones really making an impact on the other side of the ball. That guy's a nut. But yeah, I feel like MVS got to catch that ball. But that ranking's pretty solid. Yeah, we could throw the Chiefs a little bit lower. I think the Ravens and the Cowboys could actually both beat them. But I don't know. My money's always on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
But
it's
with
good.
that, I think we can
It's a good
get into this
argument.
week.
Yeah, let's get into this week's slate. Starting with Thanksgiving, we have three Thursday night football games. Always love that. We'll start with the 12 o'clock game, 12:30 game actually. The Detroit Lions play the Green Bay Packers in Detroit. Detroit coming in as a -7.5 point favorite. Total sitting at 46.5. Ace, where do you lean on this one?
Yeah, I mean, which game are we on right here? I was.
Packers Lions.
Yeah, I mean, this is a vintage Thanksgiving matchup, huh?
Yeah, I mean it's every year. You have the same teams: Cowboys, Commanders,
How
Lions,
excited are you to
Packers,
sit down on Thursday and watch this game, Mackie?
and
Like
do
I am.
nothing but eat.
Yeah,
Do
I am
nothing but eat.
so hyped. Like, oh, always good times. And the Packers and the Lions, it's actually a good matchup this year. Packers coming off of a big win last week over the Chargers, in my opinion, keeping their season alive. Jordan Love coming to life. Aaron Jones is listed as doubtful for this game, so we'll see a heavy dosage of AJ Dillon, who's been solid at times throughout the year, I think.
Yeah,
I
for sure,
I think that's
for
going to
sure.
be an ATD that I'd look at is definitely AJ Dillon. But I think there's going to
Eh,
be a lot of points.
Yeah, I like points in this one too. The Lions just kind of sketch me out. It's an 8-2 team that you really don't look at as an 8-2 team. Obviously getting blown out to the Ravens. I forget their other loss, but they just don't look that strong. Last week they kind of snuck one out against the Bears. They had to score two
That was a good
touchdowns in the
comeback.
final. Awesome comeback. Thank you, Jared Goff. I actually hit a bet because of that as a parlay. But um, they just don't look as strong as every other team up there. That's why we don't really have them in our top five rankings as an 8-2 team. It's kind of crazy, but it is true. They're not. I don't think they're a top five team. That being said, divisional matchup. I do like the Packers coming off a nice game. I think Jordan Love kind of found his stride last week a little. Lions defense is okay, but I do like a lot of points. Give me the Packers plus 7.5.
I think I actually might be on the other side though. I'd buy the half point and go Lions -7. I think that game last week is actually going to be a huge boost to the Lions season. I haven't been like a Lions supporter much this year, but they are a good team, just not upper echelon because I believe in the defense so much. But yeah, I mean, Jared Goff struggling early picks, tough breaks. I was watching a bit of that game. First half was kind of iffy for him. Second half, though, he turned it up, and those are the types of drives you need to win games in the playoffs, especially. So good that they got one of those under his belt and know that they can do things like that. But I just think this
Yeah,
offense will get going. This game's in Lambeau, you said?
no, it's in Detroit.
Oh, I like that a lot more, especially for the point side. I do like the over here. I think it blows up. I could see a defensive touchdown. I don't know from which team, but
I like the over as well.
I
I
I,
do.
I think the Lions and the over is a good play.
Yeah, and definitely not gonna have Packers on my card. I don't really love that team, but I do see a slight edge in this one for plus 7.5. Um, Rolling on to the 4:30 game, we got my Dallas Cowboys playing the Commanders in AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World. 10.5 point favorites, over under sitting at 48.5. I think the Cowboys are gonna absolutely smoke them. I think
Same
minus
house,
seven and
yeah.
a half. Yeah, I think minus 10.5 should be good. They're playing really good football right now. They're home. They haven't lost at home this year. They dominate the division. Aside from the Eagles a little, but you
I
guys already cheered me for that. They dominate the Commanders year in and year out. Yeah, give me the Cowboys minus 10.5. I like the first half spread too. It's probably gonna be sitting around like 6.5 maybe. Ace, what do you think?
I think it's a lot tougher game than you think because these Commanders got edged out by the Giants. They can't seem to beat last week, so they're gonna be pretty frustrated coming into this one. But they were high flying coming into that game. Sam Howell's up there in passing yards. I think he's in the top three, top two
Sam,
maybe. Um,
Sam Howell's having an awesome year, but I mean, going against this defense,
I
he's still
think
young.
that
He's still
because
inexperienced.
they sold their defense so much, I think you guys are going to put up a ton of points. But I wouldn't be surprised if they can cover 10.5 backdoor cover it. I could see like a 38-28 win. And the only reason being is because it's
28
Thanksgiving. I
points.
know, I know. And like
28 points on
bro-
the Cowboys defense. Are
broken
you
broken
crazy?
deep plays, broken deep plays.
No way, man.
Maybe
No
maybe
way.
maybe they could
I could
cover.
see like
I don't
I
think
could
28.
see
I don't think 28. That'd be backdoor as hell, but
I could see
I
like
could see 20.
27-17.
I could see 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
38-20. That's what I think the score. Yeah, I
38-20.
think that's actually gonna be the score.
That's covering.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think they were before, but that's the scary thing. They could backdoor it. It's 10.5. That's such a big spread.
Yeah, it is. It's 11 now. It actually just changed in
Like if
front of
I
my
take
eyes.
that game, projecting it goes that way, and they do get that
CeeDee
extra
Lamb
touchdown.
props. Take them all. I mean, he's going off every game.
Yeah, they're trying to showcase him as a true top receiver in the NFL. Tony Pollard got in the end zone last week, and I had that on the card. That was a good play.
Yeah, nice hit finally. I mean,
Yeah, I figured he would
um,
last week because of the team he was playing, but I think he might get another one this week. I think there's a ton of points. I think the safest play is the over here, but maybe
a
get
lot
a
of
little
overs on
parlay action
Thanksgiving.
here. Yeah, I know, huh? That's
Seems too good to be true, huh?
yeah, it does seem good, too good to be true. But I feel like that's the case. There's always a lot of points on Thanksgiving games. Think
You're
of
not
years
wrong.
past. I just remember guys like celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's when they go nuts. All the superstars get in the end zone too.
Yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, big superstar day. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, but I think this
But
will actually be a better game than we think. But I think the Cowboys control it throughout.
no, I don't think I think you're underrating the Cowboys a little, and you're pretty high in the Cowboys, so that surprises me. But
Yeah,
it is
it's
a
just
big
it's
spread. It's a divisional
Thanksgiving,
matchup.
divisional, and like Sam Howell is not bad.
Yeah, Sam Howell's not bad at
It's
all.
not
I
even
can
that he's
tell you.
not bad because he's gonna throw picks too. I guarantee he has multiple turnovers or fumbles, but he's gonna run for a decent amount of yards and he has a big arm. He's gonna hit those passes because they have good receivers on the outside. I don't know how much this is a good test for Darren Bland this game. Let's see how he does in coverage this week, especially with Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel running routes against him.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right, but we'll see. I
Yeah,
mean,
I like him. I think he's good too. But
he's
this
good, man. He's
no,
playing
it's a
really
good
good this
matchup to
year.
watch though.
He's been kind of weak in the past seasons, but he's having a really good year. So hopefully these Cowboys can just keep it rolling.
Yeah, and we
But
got one more on Thanksgiving, right?
yeah, 8:20 game. We have a NFC West divisional matchup. 49ers are heading to Seattle. They're heading there as 6.5 point favorites. And the over/under sitting at 43.5. Niners coming into Seattle, sitting at 7-3. Seattle 6-4. Big game for both teams, and the road team is coming in 6.5 point favorites. What do you think, Ace?
So it's a 6.5 point spread.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of points in a divisional matchup.
on the road,
I
man.
get
That's
I will
crazy.
guarantee that this might be my parlay leg because it probably will be like what minus two
Niners,
fifty.
Niners plus a half point.
I was just gonna go Niners money line. Probably like 250, maybe 295.
You got to get the teaser option. You get Niners plus a half and a point, plus a half point, and under 50.
No, I'm saying for
That's
our weekly parlay. You know how we're doing Thanksgiving parlay?
oh. Is that what it's gonna be?
It
Minus
could
290, not bad. I
No, there's a
like
lot
it.
of other
I like
stuff
it.
like CMC is definitely scoring this week.
You think?
Yeah, definitely. Like, dude, they force feed him on the goal line. Like, they want him to
Yeah, they
score
do.
so bad,
They do.
through the air and on the ground. But I think they're high flying right now. I think the Seahawks can keep it a close matchup because their offense is pretty decent. But I think Brock Purdy has his way. Everybody's healthy on that side of the ball. Kittle looks great. Ayuk looks great. Samuel looks great. Purdy looks like a top notch quarterback. And you know you have Christian McCaffrey. So with that coaching staff, that defense, Fred Warner is one of the best players in the league. Um, I mean, Chase Young and Nick Bosa, they're going to be showcasing. Geno Smith might get killed again like he did last week against Aaron Donald. Is he even playing?
No, I don't think he is. That's why it's a 6.5 point spread. Okay, I don't think Gino is playing. Last report I saw was Pete Carroll.
Let me look
Oh
right now.
man,
That's important because if he's
he
not
didn't
playing, I'm
practice.
slamming 6.5
He
back.
didn't practice Monday. Yeah, look that up. Yeah, Niners are playing great football. Brendan Ayuk, absolutely. Him and Brock Purdy just have a crazy connection going.
Geno Smith is
But I mean,
questionable. He didn't practice.
he didn't practice. Yeah,
Even if
I
he's
don't know.
healthy,
Games in 2 days.
he's
Games in
gonna
two
no,
days.
he's gonna play because he came back into that game. He's gonna play. But yeah, I like the Niners minus 6.5 either way. I forgot about that injury. That's massive. I think they crush them,
If
but
Gino's healthy, I do like to see. I like the Seahawks. I like them plus the points at home. I mean, it does kind of seem like a trap, but
I
I don't
think
know.
the
This
the
Niners
Steel,
team,
this the Niners are cementing that this is their division. Forget the
yeah, they'll
12th
kind of
man.
pull away. They'll kind of pull away. They're 8-3, 6-5.
Yeah.
You're not Seahawks aren't coming back there.
That's the way I project this division to go anyways. I don't think the Niners lose more than 4 games this year, and I don't think this is one of the ones they lose. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
fair
this
enough.
is actually a great Thanksgiving slate, honestly.
Yeah, I do kind of like it. All divisional matchups too.
All
Should be
good
good.
teams. Think about how many playoff teams we're seeing on Thanksgiving.
All right, now we got a Friday night game. I don't know, or no, it's not even Friday night. It's Friday day. Day after Thanksgiving, we have Miami Dolphins going to New York Jets in the Meadowlands. Miami Dolphins going as 10-point favorites. Total sitting at 41.5. Tim Boyle this week for the New York Jets. I lean Miami. It's divisional matchup though, so it's kind of tough. Got to go into the Meadowlands. Weird primetime game. 10 points may be too much. It's a sketchy situation. I don't know, but Miami likes to blow up teams like this. Um, I don't know. I like the over 41.5. Ace, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good matchup. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a big game. I know he was limited last week and it looks like he's injured, but in a primetime spot, I'm calling this a primetime slot, aren't you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the only game on.
Yeah, he's going up against Sauce Gardner. I think that's going to be a great matchup. We saw last week Sauce get frustrated covering Diggs. Now he gets to try and cover Tyreek, and I don't think he's going to shadow him anyways because they have Waddle. But they force feed that guy the ball, and he's going for offensive player of the year. Tyreek Hill prop, maybe have his catch prop on my card, honestly, but I don't see any chance Tim Boyle gets the ball rolling against the Miami Dolphins.
Miami's defense kind of weak though. I mean, if you're gonna get it rolling against any team, this could be a good team to get it rolling against.
What are they going to do? It's going to be the ground game. Yeah, Brees Hall will have a great game, but it's going to
Why
be
would you?
slow points.
Why even take Zach Wilson out after all of that if you're just gonna run the ball the entire game? I think they're gonna have a nice game plan for him. I think he has a chance to sling the ball as long as you don't turn the ball over 3 times in the first half. Then they could have a good chance, dude. I
If
don't
they
know. I
had a
think
better
that I like.
backup, I'd be more inclined.
Yeah, obviously it's not a safe option, but I like points here. I think Miami's obviously gonna get theirs even against a good Jets defense. But I think we're gonna see Tim Boyle slinging that football on Friday.
Yeah, I think that the Dolphins are gonna win this one for sure. What's the line on this one again?
10.
10. I don't know. It's tough. It's because it's divisional. That defense
I
is
like
legit.
I like the plus 10, dude. I do.
You don't think that the Dolphins will be high flying though?
I think they will, but the Jets still have a really good defense.
A chain's gonna be out. That guy's a dud, huh? People are so high on him last week. Raheem Mostert, dude, that's something none of us have carded all year. Is Raheem Mostert getting the end zone? He scores every week.
I feel like I just don't watch Dolphins games, to be honest.
If I do, they're throwing the ball every time, but every time they score, it's Mostert.
Most of their Tyreek Hill.
Mostert gets in a lot, dude. Does he lead the league?
CMC's up there too. I mean, let me
Yeah,
look.
it's got to be.
Rushing
Well, Mostert was hurt, so I
touchdowns.
bet you it's CMC.
Mostert 11, Gus Edwards 10, CMC, Jalen Hurts, Dave, we both have 9, David Montgomery 8,
Yeah. See, I mean, those are two guys.
Jalen Hurts
Gus Edwards,
9.
I have him on the card a good bit.
Tyreek Hill has 9 receiving touchdowns. Josh Allen has 22 touchdowns, leads the league.
Interesting. All right, well, let's get on to the next one. I think that's another good game though in the prime time, that divisional matchup. Definitely tune into our social media. We'll have that one out there for you. We'll record a
We'll
little
have plays for
segment.
that one for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll have a little video segment out there on the social media internet for you folks to listen to.
So let's get into this 1 o'clock slate. We have a good matchup here. Jaguars heading to Houston Texans, coming in as 2-point favorites. Jags are 2-point favorites going to Houston. Total sitting at 48.5. Big divisional matchup here. Jaguars sitting at 7-3. Houston Texans 6-4. Nobody thought the Houston Texans were going to be here. CJ Stroud playing incredible. Um, in Houston, what do you think, Ace? What do you think's taking this one?
I think this is a great matchup. I'm so high on both of these quarterbacks. It's tough. I have them in fantasy too. I have Stroud I just traded for, and I have Trevor Lawrence. Started Stroud last week, and Trevor Lawrence had the best game of his season. Big rushing day, and he was connected with Calvin Ridley. I think they had two. Ridley was over 100. So they're both flying high going into this one. I see a ton of points from both sides. I know that Jaguars defense is much stronger than Houston's. Houston was getting worked by Arizona last week, and they didn't really have an answer for it. And all the turnovers by Stroud, I feel like he might get another one this week, get the bug going a little bit more. But I think he still throws for a lot of yards and touchdowns. My favorite play here, I like the over. I'm never high on points. I never card points a lot, but this week I'm high on the over picks. I think there's a lot of shootouts here with some good quarterback matchups we've gone through so far.
Yeah, I'm with you on the over here too. I actually do like a lot of points, even though it's divisional. There's a road favorite. It kind of goes against everything, every over, but I do like a lot of points here. CJ Stroud is going to bounce back. He's going to get his. He's going to be slinging that football. He's probably going to throw for 300 plus yards. And Texans defense isn't that good, so I think Trevor Lawrence, coming off probably his best week of the year, going to have another great week. He's really getting into the swing of things. Last year we saw the same exact time. He kind of got into the swing of things. I think they were sitting at maybe like 4-6. They went on like a 5-game win streak. Ended up taking over that division from the Tennessee Titans. But this is going to be vintage Trevor Lawrence. I think. I think they're going to squeak this one out as well. I think they're going to cover the 2 points, probably win by a field goal. But a lot of points here. I think CJ Stroud is going to make a big statement that he's not really going anywhere in this game.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's in the MVP conversation still, even after a dud last week and a lot of turnovers. I think it's hurts Lamar and then him. But yeah, I'm just surprised they couldn't beat Kyler Murray. Maybe it's more of a testament to him. But yeah, these
They beat
Jaguars,
him.
yeah, but they didn't cover. That's the thing,
Yeah, yeah,
or the over didn't hit. That's what it was. The over
yeah.
didn't
It
hit.
was. It wasn't how the Texans have been playing all year.
They shouldn't have beat them. I guess is more of a
Right.
bigger statement. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think the Jaguars own the division, but the Texans hang around in that wild card hunt. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd like to
I
see
got
the
the
Texans
Jags
make
this
the
week.
playoffs.
What about you?
Yeah, I got the Jags as well. I definitely think the Jags win this one. I think they kind of just proved that maybe next year, but no, this
Do you
this
have
one's
them
ours this
covering?
year. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I
yeah,
do
for
agree.
sure.
I would go with Travis Etienne touchdown too. He's been scoring a lot lately.
Texans are a very good home team though, sitting at 4-1. Jags are 4-0 on the road as well. So both teams kind of
What
full
about the
swing. Let's go.
emergence of Devin Singletary too? Damian Pierce, who are you? I mean, Singletary scored again last week.
Damian Pierce got injured, and they kind of just let
Lost.
Devin
He
Singletary do
was
his thing.
started slow though the whole year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's kind of been off this year. Not the same as last year, of course.
No, no, they don't have a true run game, and Singletary fits their offensive model a bit more. Tank Dell, that guy's electric, huh?
Yeah, he is kind of fun to watch. This Texans offense is really fun to watch. You get to see a lot of new names that you haven't seen in the league. Kind of all ball out.
Mixed with some vets like Schultz and Woods as well.
Schultz having a good year, man.
Yeah, he's solid tight end. But yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
about the defense covering Trevor Lawrence.
yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I think it's a field day for Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, let's get into this next one. We got the Steelers heading to Cincinnati to play the Bengals, coming in as 1 point favorites. Bengals obviously not having Joe Burrow. I think it's still Browning at
Gotta
throwing
be.
the football
Yeah.
for them. Total sitting at 34.5. Last week, I think it was 32.5 between the Steelers and the Browns. Now the Steelers have another low total after firing their offensive coordinator Matt Canada. You think Kenny Pickett slings the football this week? What do you like here, Ace?
Oh, I don't know. Is it the case of the backup quarterback that's gonna be the demise of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like, don't tell me that. What's his name? Dorian Thompson
Dorian
Robinson.
Thompson Robinson last week.
Dude,
Steelers
crying on
put
the
up 10
sidelines
points.
because he beat the Steelers barely by the skin of his teeth. I don't know. What do you think? Is the Bengals offense better than that Browns offense? The current one, the exact one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I think it is, but the defense is way worse. It's going to give Kenny Pickett a lot more opportunities to score the
Mm,
football.
that's a good point.
Browns defense is really good. Everyone knew that game was going to be really low scoring, all defense. It's exactly what it was. I think this game can be broken open a little more, but I can see that Bengals offense also get going. I like the Steelers here. I don't think they're going to drop both of them back to back to the
Backup.
backup quarterbacks, but Steelers still sitting at 6-4. You still have Mike Tomlin as your head coach. He knows how to win football games. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be able to do whatever the fuck he wants to do this week. I think after firing Matt Canada, Mike Tomlin's going to be like, "Listen,
Is
like
that
you
a
got to
good
see what
thing?
you're actually." I know. I see. That's the thing. I don't know if it's a good thing, but maybe look at his yards over, maybe an interception. I mean, you got to
Yeah.
look at both sides of everything. But I do like the Steelers to get a win this week and just kind of keep that pace going. So that's 7-4, 6-5. Kind of got something to worry about,
That's a
especially when the
that
Bengals will be sitting at 6-5 as well.
that's a good take on the Kenny Pickett situation, especially with Matt Canada being fired. Um, I think that Jalen Warren is really just the centerpiece of this offense right now. Exploded again last week. He's been on fire for 3 weeks in a row. I should have carded his stuff. I said it in the chat, but yeah, that guy's playing great football, and he's actually opening up holes for Najee Harris too. So they kind of had that two-headed monster that they were looking for out of the backfield. And if they can get that going, then it might be a tough day for the Bengals. I'm definitely not taking a side. I think the Steelers win this one. I honestly do. But that Bengals defense, you guys told me about it a few weeks ago. I watched them against the Ravens. They do have some playmakers on defense too, though. So if Kenny Pickett can't figure it out with Matt Canada, then this could be it for him. He's in that
Yeah,
final
for
year
sure.
like Mac Jones. It's like, are you the guy?
Yeah, Steelers need to make the playoffs this year. If they don't, I mean, that defense is just too good. They've brought them this far. They've literally got them probably 5 of their 6 wins. Get in the playoffs, or you gotta find the boot, man. I mean,
If they lose
I
this
think
game, how's their season look for the rest of the year, do you think?
they kind of have a weak schedule. That's the only thing. So you say you lose this game, you're sitting at 6-5. You play at home to the Cardinals. That's a win.
Mm,
At home to the
at least it's a
Patriots. I think
win.
that's a
The
win.
Cardinals aren't
At
bad with
home
with
to the
Ky well, you
Cardinals.
have no respect for Kyler Murray, but they
I
are at
hate.
home.
I Cardinals are not good regardless. I don't care if Pat Mahomes is playing for them. They're still a 500 team.
Yeah. No, I like, they're not a 500 team, they're way below that.
For Pat Mahomes, I don't know. They may be able
Oh,
to be
you're
a
saying with Pat Mahomes. Yeah, they're probably a 500 team. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
But no,
I don't know,
I don't think
Kyler looks
Kyler.
good.
I also don't think he's that good. He does look decent, but I don't know. He looks a little better than I expected him to look, but he's not. It's not like he's a top 5 quarterback. He's coming into the worst team in the league. I don't think he can do more than what Josh Dobbs did.
No, no, there's not much you can do. But he's gonna play good football and keep them competitive and put points on the
But
board. But I like the Steelers at home in that future matchup. But yeah, I mean, the Steelers are the
and
team that
then
could beat everybody and lose to everybody.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to anybody. Steelers finished their season in Seattle, in Baltimore. So they
Ugh.
better. I mean, you gotta have 9, 10 wins before week 17
How many
because
wins do you
you're gonna
think
lose
gets you
both
into
of
the
them.
AFC playoffs this year as the last
I think
guy?
you need it. I think you need at least 10.
You think?
I think you can have 10. I think you can have 10 and still not even make it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's tough. I think it's a tall
Nah,
order.
maybe not, man. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. Maybe 10 wins might solidify a spot.
I think so too. It's gonna be a fight for 10 wins.
They'd have to go 4-3 the rest of the way.
Who's in the hunt with them right now? The Chargers, the Bills.
Chargers, see, they're Chargers kind of falling off, man. I don't know.
What are they?
Chargers are down there. You got the Bills sitting at 6-5. They're right outside. Texans 6-4. They're in. Colts 5-5, Broncos 5-5. Broncos 4-game winning streak. Do not count them out. I had them finishing the season 10-7. I lost all hope. This team is fucking good again. But 5-5. Bengals 5-5. They're kind of out. Raiders 5-6. I'd say they're out as well.
Hmm.
Then you have the Chargers 4-6, who are obviously still in, but looking on the outside.
So who are
There's
the
about
top?
four
Who are the
teams.
who are the top three, and who are the first two out for wild card?
Browns, Texans, Steelers, top three, and then Bills are 6-5, Colts are 5. There's like 3 teams that are 5-5.
Oh, so really only the Bills are the true team to knock them out.
I mean, Steelers are 6-4, Texans are 6-4. The other teams are five and
I
five.
think the
One
Broncos are
win.
better than the Steelers, and I don't think I'd ever say that because I don't think the Broncos are good at all.
I think the Broncos are better than. I mean, dude, the Steelers
The Steelers'
team, man. I
defense is
mean,
disgusting.
everybody says every week, how does this team keep finding ways to win football games? Because they're really not a good football team. They're just Mike Tomlin, that defense. They're just
Defense is
finding ways to
cracked.
win.
T.J.
They
Watt.
play. They play their style of football. That's why they win football games.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I'm kind of curious of why they switched it up, but they had to with that guy.
Right. But enough about the Steelers. Let's get into this next one.
What's going on, everybody? Jesse from Hit the Books here. I want to tell you a little bit about Zencastr. We use Zencastr because it's the best solution for us to record our episodes each week with 4 of us in different locations. Coordination is hard, and Zencastr makes that easy. Like I said, it's so easy. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Just log in with your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. Zencastr is an all-in-one platform. If you've thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. Zencastr is all-in-one podcasting platform. You can create a podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other major destinations. If you're interested, go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code HITTHEBOOKS, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same experience, easy experience we do with all our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. Make sure to use our link in the description below or our offer code HITTHEBOOKS at zencastr.com/pricing for 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan.
Panthers going to Tennessee. Tennessee 3.5 point favorite. Over under sitting at 36.5. Haven't seen Malik Willis do a lot recently. You have Bryce Young on the other side. I like the under here, 36.5. I know it's really
Wait,
low.
where's
We
Will
have two.
Levis?
What about Will Levis?
He's not playing quarterback.
He is.
You just said Malik Willis.
I'm such an idiot. Come on, they got pretty. They got pretty
Oh,
similar
I
names.
wouldn't have been surprised if they were starting Malik Willis for some reason. I would have been like, oh,
No, no, Will Levis. Will Levis hasn't looked the same the last few weeks. Bryce Young, other side. I don't think either quarterback's really going to get anything going in this game. Titans have a pretty good defense as well, and Panthers isn't no slouch. I like the under 36.5. I guess I lean Titans minus 3.5. I don't know. What do you think, Ace?
I think that Will Levis has a big day. I think he tells the NFL, I should have been drafted higher than Bryce Young. Remember that on draft day? He was like a consideration for a top 1, top 3, top 5 pick, and he fell out of the first round, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he ended up going, but
I think he went in the second round. I think he went in the
okay.
second round of the Titans. But I think he has that strong arm, and he has a great matchup this week to put up points. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be good to go. Hopefully, they got Traylon Burks back, but they got Ty Spares. Derrick Henry's going to have to bounce back. He screwed us over last week. He has to have a bounce back week. I think the whole team will against the Panthers. I think it could be close as we get a rookie quarterback duel. I don't expect a lot of points. I think it could stay under, but I think there's a lot of yards under Will Levis's arm this week. I'd look at his passing prop.
You think it's too scary of an under to take 36.5?
Yeah, I do. I think I don't know. I don't know. The Panthers aren't very good at scoring. That's the thing. I have no
No,
faith in the
definitely
Panthers at
not.
all. I just think that I like the Titans to win this game and cover.
Yeah, I guess I'm with you on that one. I like the Titans minus 3.5.
But I think Will Levis throws for a lot of air yards. I think he puts up over 250.
We'll see. All right, next game. Saints going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Falcons coming in at -1. Over under sitting at 42.5. This is also a pretty big game. Saints leading the division, sitting at 5-5. Falcons right outside 4-6 in Atlanta. So Atlanta kind of needs this win. They need to win this one at home, sitting on the outside of that division right now. What do you think, here, Ace?
If it's in Atlanta, does that mean they have Desmond Ritter playing or no?
I don't know. Maybe they should just because he wins at home.
Let's see what it
Taylor
says.
Heineke is questionable though with
He's
a
confirmed
hamstring
as the
injury.
starter this week.
Taylor Heineke is.
No, Desmond Ritter.
Wow. What about Derek Carr? Because Derek Carr is questionable with a concussion.
Let me check that real quick.
Was that
Carr is
Jameis?
questionable. Following concussion protocol. He may need
Michael
to put
Thomas
in,
out also. He's on the IR with a knee injury.
and he has to get clearance from an independent neurologist and at least one practice. I don't care if it's James Winston. That's more of a revenge game. I wouldn't mind seeing Winston versus Ritter. And I do think the Saints win this game because they're the better team. It does scare me that Desmond Ritter's starting though, because he hates losing at home in his career, and I know that shouldn't mean much because he's not very good at all. He doesn't impact the game positively, but the stats do back it up. So I don't know if I'll make a play on this game with Ritter at the helm, but I do think the Saints definitely win this one.
Yeah, I agree. I
Ritter
think the Saints
starting.
win this one. I see a big game from the running backs here. Alvin Kamara have a big game. Bijan Robinson maybe to have a big game. See some
If he
Tyler Allgeier.
plays,
You gotta give, yeah, they just gotta give him more action. But I think Alvin Kamara has a big game. I think the Saints win this one for
Alvin
sure.
Kamara is great. He loves turning up near the holidays too. You remember him on Christmas
Ridiculous.
last year
Yep.
holding up the
Four
six
was that?
touchdown?
Yeah, was that six game, six touchdowns that
Yeah,
game?
yeah. With the elf
Ridiculous. Yeah.
cleats. I think he's gonna start turning it up. He's kind of one of the most slept on running backs. I've been seeing that in the media. I don't think he's slept on at all. I think
I think
everybody
he's.
knows a
I don't know, dude.
superstar, but people kind of
He's
wrote him off a little bit.
he's easily a top 3 running back, and I don't think he's looked at as top 3.
He's just a receiver, is all. That's why.
Mm, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it
Christian
doesn't. It
McCaffrey
doesn't.
makes
No, no.
Christian McCaffrey that much better too.
No, I agree. He's great, and I'm a big AK fan. That might be a play of the day. Is an anytime touchdown there, but I think points are hard to come by. I love the under in this one.
Yeah,
Love the under.
agreed.
Big divisional matchup, and I think that like I said, with the Niners cementing their division, the Saints cement that they're at least better than the Falcons, and I think they cement themselves as the division favorites.
Yeah, for sure. With that win, they definitely will be up there. But all right, on to the next one. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are also in that division, kind of fighting for a top spot. Tampa Bay Bucks going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Colts sitting at -2.5, over under 43.5. Uh, Baker on the road, coming off a loss. I think he's been I think he's been 1-4 in his last 5. Bucks not playing the best football. Going on the road. What do you think, Ace?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that Bucks team is so weird. I'm just trying to look at their record real quick. They're 4-6 as well. I think they do win this week. I think the Colts are kind of overachieving. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're coming off of a bye week though.
Colts.
Yeah,
Colts are Bucks coming off a pretty good performance against the Niners. Lost 27-13.
I know, and I think that Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, that guy, what's his name, Trey Palmer, the
Yeah.
receiver, he looks great too. Baker Mayfield loves throwing to him. Kate Otten coming to life. Rashad White, I think he leads the league in missed tackles, like forced. That guy's insane. He scored again last week with a broken play. I think they get right and win this one against the Colts. I think they put up a lot of points. I see a big day from Baker in this one. Definitely connecting with Mike
Colts
Evans
aren't.
for a touchdown. The Colts are a good team too. I think there's points
Uh,
in this game though. But the
I was gonna say
Colts,
the opposite. I don't really think the Colts are that good. I
no,
think
they're
this is a
not,
good
but they're
chance for Baker
playing
to.
well.
Yeah, yeah. They find ways to win some football games. Weak schedule as well, but I
They're
don't
gonna
know. This
get
is two.
crushed by the Bucks defense, I think, this week. Their run game is their life, and it's gonna get stymied by
I
that front seven.
I think the Bucks at plus money here is actually a very good value play. I like the Bucks as well. I'm with you on that one. I overlooked the Colts a lot. Gardner Minshew still at helm. I don't really like Gardner Minshew as well. Bucks defense been playing really well. We saw it last week. I mean 27 points is 27 points, but it's the Niners kept it close. I like them here. I think the Bucks at plus money is a good value play.
Wait, I gotta see. Levante David is questionable. Oh, I thought he was headed for MRI, strain groin. All right. I hope he's playing because he's actually important. But I think they can shut down that run game of Taylor and Moss and make it tough. I know guys like Josh Downs and Michael Pittman Jr. have been having good seasons, but with like you said, it's Minshew. I think that defense is strong. I know they're at home, but they're in a dome, so I like Mike Evans to score, and I like the Bucks to win this one to get back to 5-6 and get back in that race with those Saints.
Yeah, I like Mike Evans to have a big game as well. Cole's kind of just waiting for Anthony Richardson to get back at this point. But going on to the next game, we got Aces Patriots going into MetLife. 3-point favorites going into MetLife. Patriots are total sitting at 33.5. Ace, your Patriots sitting at 2-8 right now. Do you need a win? Do you want to win? What's going on here?
I don't even know the answer to that question. I know that it's nice that the Giants won last week to afford us with a win. Um, but this is pretty much a snooze fest. A lot of injuries on both sides. Patriots coming off a bye.
Is Mac Jones playing?
They haven't even there's no what did I get the update today. Bill Belichick mute on starting quarterback.
He's
I,
pulling a Nick Saban and just running out in the field with his starting quarterback.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be Mac Jones. I would start Mac Jones. I don't know why I would. I can't believe they pulled him in the last game he played in London on that last drive. That makes no sense to me. Like live and die by it. He got you down to the 5 yard line. He threw a bad pick at the 5, but at least he got you there. Um,
I feel like it was more of a statement. How do you really need to take a quarterback out in the final 2 minutes of a game? I mean,
yeah.
what is Bills really doing there? I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Mac play this game.
Yeah, I don't know. They're coming off a bye week though, Like they could just reset everything. Be like, "All right,
You're right.
let's just reset. Second half of the season's here. Like let's try this again." And yeah, I think they win this week. That's just me as a fan. The Giants are really weak too. I don't think Tommy DeVito's very good. That's one thing that you have to keep in mind. I know that a lot of Bill Belichick's been bad, a lot of hate on him, but he does well against rookie quarterbacks, especially no-name rookie quarterbacks. I don't see a guy like Tommy DeVito beating a Bill Belichick defense, honestly.
Yeah, I think it'll be really tough for Tommy DeVito to find a win here. Obviously, playing against a Bill Belichick led defense. Um,
I predict the
you think?
Patriots win if Mac Jones starts, but if he doesn't, then I don't think they have any chance.
I'm
If
gonna
he
go with the
doesn't, they're throwing in the towel.
I'm gonna go with the over 33.5 here. I think we're gonna see some sneaky points, maybe some turnovers, some
Good
sloppy
running
play.
backs too.
Yeah, exactly. We could see a Saquon 80-yard touchdown or something. So I don't know. Who knows?
Tommy
Maybe
DeVito's a
we'll see
rushing
something here.
prop is something interesting to look at too. That guy runs a lot.
I like him. I like seeing him succeed. That was a cool game last week. If they're letting him sling the football like that, I mean, maybe they have a chance here. Maybe they can win another football game.
What's the line on
That'd be
that one?
cool. Patriots -3, over under 33.5.
Oh, they have no clue how this game's gonna go. The Vegas.
No, no, they're kind of just
They're like
throwing
saying
a
what
Hail
I'm saying,
Mary
like,
here.
oh, Belichick versus a rookie QB, -3, because
Yeah.
they're not good at all. Terrible
Yep.
game. All right, move on to the next one.
Yeah, that'll conclude our 1 o'clock slate. Moving on to the 4 o'clock slate. First game, we have the Browns heading to Denver to play the Broncos. Broncos coming in as 2.5 point favorites. Over under sitting at 34.5. Broncos on a 4 game heater. Started 1-5. They're sitting at 5-5 now. Two big wins one against Josh Allen, one against Pat Mahomes. Who'd they beat? They beat Josh Dobbs and the Vikings on Sunday Night Football this week. Russell Wilson just finding ways to play to win football games. This defense, after getting hung by 70 points, playing some pretty good football, locking up the best. So I'm on the Broncos here. I like the Broncos -2.5. I think it's going to be a really low scoring game. I think the defense is going to step up big time. But this Browns defense is what it is, and I think this Broncos offense is going to have a really tough time. But
Yeah,
I think
one thing
I
I'm
think he finds.
I,
Yeah, I
I
think
I
he
just want
finds
to cut in
another
with this
way.
real quick. I want to ask you a question, then you can get back to your point. You were talking about schedules earlier. Listen to
Yeah.
this Broncos schedule down the stretch: Browns, Texans, Chargers, Lions. Those are tough games, like maybe, but they're all winnable. Browns, Texans, Chargers, Lions. Then it goes Patriots, Chargers, Raiders. They could win or lose all of those games.
Literally win. Yeah, exactly. I could see them winning every single one or losing every single one. Broncos team's still unpredictable, but I think they get a win here against Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yeah, no, I don't think he gets another win here. The Browns got to fall back to earth. But maybe the thing is, it's like a Steelers thing. It's like their defense is so good, they're going to win the game regardless. Like, you were the one that sold me on this defense, and that might be the reason that I like them this week. But they're on the road at Mile High, but I like the Browns as dogs. Maybe you just take a tease with the Browns. Maybe Huff does his crazy teaser. Was it like 10 points with 4 teams?
Yeah,
Imagine getting
10.4.
like 13 points for the Browns in this game.
Yeah, 13 or even like uh under 45.
Yeah. Like I
Like,
think I
come
think
on.
that defense keeps it close at least. The Browns have to, right? Like they're playoff team. Like they're going to be in the playoffs, I think. I think the Browns are going to be in the playoffs this year with a backup quarterback.
7-3.
Yeah, like they should with that defense though. I think the Steelers won't and I think they will just because of the way they sit right now. That win last week was insane. Um I think this defense is playing to get to the playoffs. And I think they're going to win. I might be taking the Browns on the money line here on the card this week. But the Broncos are playing good football. But it's oof, tough game here.
If the Browns win this week, I think they locked in a playoff spot.
Oh, easily.
They still get to play the Jets. They still get to play the Bears. You get to play the Bengals with no Joe Burrow. I think that they can still win 11 games.
They could also lose every game too.
I don't see this defense going on that drive of a spurt. But yeah, that's the first 4 o'clock game. Then we got the next 4 o'clock game. Rams heading to Arizona to play the Cardinals. We got to pick them here. Actually, the Rams are minus 0.5. Over under sitting at 44.5. What do you think here, Ace?
My
You got an
favorite play
NFC
is the
West
over
matchup.
44.5. I'm going to stick with my overs trend this week. I think both quarterbacks are good. Like Stafford and Murray, they have great receivers on the outside. They like to play fast. They don't like to run the ball very much.
Two weak defenses.
Yeah, two weak defenses. Nothing to play for except for beating each other. That's the thing too. Like, you know what I mean? Like the divisional matchup, two teams that don't like each other. Two quarterbacks are trying to prove they're healthy and still valid in this league as they look to get ready for next year. I expect a lot of points. That's my favorite point on this one. I think it could be a fun watch, but not much meaning towards playoffs. But go with that over.
Yeah, I like the over as well. I think the Rams actually do win this one, but it's sketchy. I mean, Rams coming off a nice win at home, divisional matchup against the Seahawks, come from behind win, and now they're going to Arizona sitting at 2-9. You're half-point favorite. I just think it's a little sketchy, so I'm probably gonna stay away from it. But I like the points definitely. I think Kyler Murray can have a good game against this pretty weak defense. He's got to run away from 99.
You know, in the 4 o'clock, you're going to see Scott Hanson yelling about long touchdowns in that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Whether it's Cooper Cup or Nakua
Hollywood,
or
Rondale
Hollywood,
Moore.
James Conner, 80-yard touchdown.
I like Rondale Moore. That guy's kind of flew onto the scene lately.
Yeah, he scored that first touchdown last week. It was
Yeah.
a nice deep ball. Yeah, it's prime Kyler.
Least
But
important game of this slate, though, I'd say.
yeah, definitely. We got a good game coming up right here. Starting the 4:25 slate, we have the Bills heading to Philadelphia. Philadelphia with another tough game. In the link this time. Eagles 3.5 point favorites. Over under 48.5. I I hate to say it, but I love the Eagles here. I think it could actually be
Too
kind of
good
a
to be
blowout.
true?
At 3.5, I think they should be probably more around 4.5, maybe 5 even. But the Eagles team's playing so good. They find ways to win every single week. This Bills team is not who they are at home. On the road, they suck on the road, is what I meant to say. We're gonna see turnovers from Josh Allen, at least one, probably two or three. I don't know. I think Jalen Hurts wins football games at home, and this is not a big enough spread for these two teams. Bills are still overrated, I guess. Give
Yeah.
me the Eagles minus 3.5.
Why does it scare me to take the Eagles? I would bet a half a point for sure. Why does it scare me to take the Eagles -3 though at home against the Bills? The Bills are still so good. It's like, oh,
Nah, they're not,
I
man.
know,
They're
but they have
not.
all of that talent. It's scary. You would think there'd be points, but I think points are gonna be hard to come by. I think the ground game gets going for Philadelphia, but I think Jalen Hurts' limited passing yards is gonna show once again. I really do. Von Miller's back in the lineup for the Bills too. This is gonna be the primetime game of the slate. I think Tony Romo will probably be on the call, America's game of the week. So I think it's gonna be low scoring. I think there's gonna be close game throughout. I think in this one, I could see like a 20-17 win. Um, so I don't know. I'm not gonna have a play on this one, sadly.
I
This is gonna be a great game
I
though.
I think if it's that close, I think the Bills find a way to pull this one out. But I really do think the Eagles win by 7 to 10 points.
I think either team could win this game. I don't know. I think
Yeah, how cool would that be if Josh Allen just turned around with all this slander going on about him and just won
beat
this
the
football
Eagles.
game?
Yeah, I think he could too. Like he definitely could.
We could see it for sure. We could see it, but I mean, he hasn't been playing like that, Josh Allen. So I'm not gonna
I want
predict
to
it this
take the
game.
Eagles -3 so bad.
Yeah, I probably will, to be honest, even though I fucking hate the Eagles.
And then you're gonna be pissed at yourself when they lose.
Dude, they win football games. That's what they do. They find ways to win
This will be a
every
great
week.
one to watch. So we'll have this on our TVs on Sunday before we get into this last one that you're about to introduce
For sure. Last 4 o'clock game, 4:25 actually. We have the Chiefs going to Las Vegas. Chiefs are 9 point favorites in Las Vegas. Total sitting at 43.5. Divisional matchup here. I think the Chiefs kind of run this division. They definitely run this division. Probably going to go 6-0 in this division. I think it's an easy win for them. Good teaser opportunity. I like Chiefs minus 2 or 3, maybe 2.5 if you can get it. Um, Under 50, I think it would sit at under 50.5. I like the under. It's a divisional matchup. Road team's a big favorite, and I think the Chiefs definitely find a way to win this football game. So, that's my play on this one. Ace, what do you think?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot this one was in the 4 o'clock slate. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. No, this is actually a pretty good matchup, but I think the Chiefs roll here. They're only -9. That's a tough line of divisional game, but I think Patrick Mahomes is a huge bounce back week. I think Travis Kelsey does too. The whole receiving core, get right game for them. Maybe a Chiefs team total over because that defense is so weak for the Las Vegas Raiders. I do think Josh Jacobs could score, but look at what that Chiefs defense has been doing lately. It's led by Chris Jones. They have L'Jarius Sneed, a bunch of other young guys on that side of the ball that are stepping up. And Drew Tranquil looked good last night. I know they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles are a top team in the power rankings, and they lost by the skin of their teeth. So I think they get right back to it and kind of slaughter the Las Vegas Raiders and little brother them once they like they always do.
Yeah, big game or big spot for Pat Mahomes to just go out there and just be the best
Chalk.
quarterback in the world like
Yeah,
he is. So get back on page with Travis Kelsey. I like that Chiefs team total under. I think this is a huge game for
over.
the Chiefs to get back on it. 7-3. You got to get to 8-3. Put a lock on this division.
I think
But
Patrick Mahomes is going to be airing it out a ton this week. They're going to be catching the ball against a weak defense on a lesser stage. It's not Monday Night Football against the best team in the league where it's hard to get open. And I think that Patrick Mahomes sits back, throws the ball. He was running a lot last week. He can do it, but when he's playing his best football, he's slinging it.
yeah, exactly. All right, getting into this Sunday night football game. We got a good one here. We got the
Sick
Baltimore
matchup.
Ravens going to the Los Angeles Chargers. Ravens coming in as 3.5 point favorites, total sitting at 46.5. Two teams that I just don't bet on, but I mean the Ravens are just really good. I You gotta assume that this is just another game where the Ravens go in and Justin Herbert cannot get it done in the end. 3.5 point spread though. Gotta keep an eye on that one. It's a little sketchy. I kind of like the Chargers plus the 3.5, maybe +4. But I can only, if you want to take the Ravens in a money line and a parlay, I think that's probably the smartest move. Chargers are going to do what they do best, play really good football until it actually matters. Last 2 drives, last 3 drives, and then they're going to shit the bed. So, um, that's my play: Ravens money line in a parlay.
Yeah,
Chargers
I
plus.
think this is a good matchup, a potential playoff preview. I could see Herbert and the boys winning this one to that way set up the potential playoff preview with the Ravens at the 2 and the Chargers at the 7. But I don't know. I mean, Austin Eckler, he's been stymied lately. He cost them the game on the goal line. I had the Chargers in. I had Eckler score. He costed me that. But I think Roquan Smith is going to make it tough for him to do some good football this week once again. All the receiver injuries, Quentin Johnson failing to step up to the plate. I think a huge loss for the Ravens is Mark Andrews not being in the lineup anymore. I don't think that it affects their regular season outlook. They're still going to make the playoffs and win the division, but I think it affects their chances of winning the Super Bowl. That guy you need past the trade deadline too. It's going to be tough to add. They're going to have to lean on Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar to step up. Gus Edwards, touchdown machine, had him on the card at plus money once again. He's been elite. So I think the Ravens do win here, but I like what you said with that money line being the safest one.
Yeah, it should be a good game, actually. We see the Chargers in a lot of good games this year, kind of coming out on the wrong end of them every game.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that again. Ravens find ways to win football games. Lamar Jackson having an MVP like season. I don't know if he's going to win it, but he's in the running for it. The Ravens team's really good, so it should be a good game. Getting on to Monday night, we have the Bears heading to the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings 3.5 point favorites at home. Total sitting at 43.5. Ace, you seem enthusiastic about this one. Let's see what you like about
Josh
it.
Dobbs bounce back game this week. The Pastronaut is going to get going, dude. I promise you. Justin Jefferson is going to play this week too. He was limited last week, and they said he's not going to. Next week, he's playing. So you're going to have Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson. Josh Dobbs is going to be rolling on the ground. Madison kind of showed back up last week. They should have won that game. Missed field goal. Just pushed it right. I think they mismanaged the clock in that game. I think that they should have gotten a few more yards to get a little bit closer because he had hit from less than that, but then you pushed it back to 56. It's a little bit harder. You get that to like 50. He's probably a lot more confident and he hits it. But this Vikings team needs to get a win to get back in that playoff hunt, divisional contest to hopefully set themselves up for that spot with the Lions down the line. But yeah, I'm not too high on these Bears. Fields didn't look too great coming off the injury. Khalil Herbert back too, but still, I don't know. DJ Moore will probably get his, but I think the Vikings score too many points. for the Bears to win this one.
Yeah, I like the Vikings as well, but for different reasons as you. I don't think there's a lot of scoring in this one. I just think at the end of the day, the Vikings are the way better team, and even with Josh Dobbs, I think he's going to be forcing a lot with Justin Jefferson as well. Obviously, when you go into a receiver like that, you want to play your best for him. You want to do everything you can for him. He's going to be forcing a lot. He hasn't played with them ever, so I think we're going to see some growing pains there. I like the under 43.5. It's Monday Night Football. You have the Chicago Bears playing. I think it soars under. But I do think the Vikings get theirs and do enough to cover a 3.5 point spread. I could see a touchdown, maybe 9-10 point game, with Justin Fields' hand or the ball in Justin Fields' hand, maybe 2 minutes left, maybe for a backdoor cover. But I think the Vikings kind of soar in this one.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good game. No, I actually don't. I want to say it will be, but I don't think that the Bears can keep up. I think what you said with Jefferson, I don't know. I think he's too good of a receiver for them to have growing pains. But look at the guys around him. If anything, it's going to benefit Hawkinson and Addison a lot more. We've seen how much they've really jumped out on the scene. They have a connection with Dobbs too. Now they get even less coverage with Jefferson demanding it. So I think it's going to be tough with that weak Bears defense to keep up. I like the Vikings with the points here. You'll see it somehow on my card.
Yeah, I'll probably have Vikings on my card as well. Primetime spots, so maybe even more. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our Week 12 slate. Things are really getting into the swing of things. We're getting a feel for who's really gonna be our playoff teams, who's our powerhouses, and we got those fringe teams that are fighting for their lives right now. So, gonna be another good week of football. We got Thanksgiving football, 3 games in 2 days on Thursday. Looking forward to it, and yeah, just hit the books.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get into so that'll do it for the NFL. We talked about Matt Canada as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so he's going, whatever. Let's get into the NBA power rankings. You got them?
I can get them up right now, real quick. It's our latest ones, like the NHL. Haven't done them as annually as the NFL
Want to do
because.
them? You want to just do them off the top of our heads right now and looking at the standings?
All right, yeah, we can definitely do that. Write
All
this
right,
down. Write this down too, so that way we can document it and post it out there for the good people.
all right. Hold on.
You've been watching a good bit. I know my Celtics are going
Yeah,
to be leading
yeah,
the way. I'll tell you that.
yeah. I watch a good amount. Yeah, I think the Celtics. Well, yeah, they will be. All right, so we're gonna go Celtics 1.
I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks at 2.
I'm gonna go with Nuggets at 2,
All right, you can
but
go with the
Bucks,
Nuggets. No, go with the Nuggets. Go with the Nuggets, then the Bucks, back to back.
Nuggets, Bucks for sure, because Bucks are sitting at 6-4. Another
I think
back up there.
Auto Sixers. I'm a big Joel Embiid
Sixers.
guy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Moving to Anthony Melton only helped too. I mean, moving James Harden helped too. They have Anthony Melton in the mix. At 4, this is where it gets dicey. Let me hear your pick first.
No, well, for 4 is Sixers,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
for the 5, yeah, 4 Sixers.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves here.
Really?
I think it's almost impossible not to put them there. I mean, they're 9-1 in their last 10. They're playing incredible or basketball. Anthony Edwards. I mean, come
Anthony
on,
Edwards, do you
man.
think he's actually breaking out to be a true superstar?
Yeah, 100%. He was first overall pick. He's an athlete. He's a pure scorer. I mean, that guy is so good at basketball.
Yeah,
Um, I
you
I
can
think
go
he's
with
putting
it.
in
You
the
can
work
go
now.
with
He's
it.
finally getting
It's
there. You got Cat
warranted.
playing really good basketball.
It's warranted, but you want to hear 2
Who do you
names?
like?
I'll give you 2 names. So
OKC,
my fun pick is OKC,
Kyrie
but
Irving,
my
and Luka
actual pick
Doncic.
is my actual pick is the Miami Heat.
All right, no, no, no way, no way,
You
no
don't like the
way.
Heat?
I don't think the Heat are that good, to
When they're
be honest.
healthy, they always win. When they're
I just think that they find ways to win in the playoffs, but I just don't think that they're actually that good. So I would go 5 Timberwolves, 6 Mavericks, 7 Thunder.
I like the Thunder at the 5. You like the
I
Mavs?
do easily, yeah, you could easily put
We
that
bet
there.
on
I
the
mean,
Mavs. I bet on the
you have the
Mavs
names
hard.
in Dallas, so it goes a little further. Probably the top 3 player in the world in that team. So when they're sitting at the same record as the Heat, I'm going to take them over
You know
them.
who's
But
going to start taking off and will be on our rankings? Actually, I bet is going to be the Sacramento Kings. Darren Fox missed a couple games. He's back in the lineup doing his thing, so they're going to start stacking wins.
yeah, look out for them. Look out for the Pacers as well. I mean, maybe not up there in the top 5, but
Tyrese
those
Halliburton.
Pacers are definitely gonna be in the playoffs this year. They could be even outside of the bubble in that top 6 teams. But
What
Tyrese
about your
Halliburton
Knicks? Are they going to make
breakout
an
year.
appearance? You think?
They're doing what they usually do. I think they'll go on a bit of a run where they kinda just get out of that bubble team. I think they'll be a top 6 team as well, probably sitting at the 5 or the 4. But, they're having growing pains. They're kinda streaky, or they're not streaky at all, actually. They're just back and forth, not winning games where they shouldn't, winning games where they should. But, I mean, they're still up there. Jalen Brunson's top 10 player in the world, I think.
All right,
No exaggeration.
fact or truth? Are the Phoenix Suns, who have won 3 in a row, I think it's a fact, will be at the 4 or 5 seed, as high as the 4 seed in our power rankings within a month.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely, yeah. Not next week, I don't think. I think they'll be, and you gotta go on a bit of a run here. I mean, they're on a 3-game winning streak, but they're 5-5 in their last 10 still. I don't even think all 3 of them have played together yet, so you gotta see that. You gotta see that as well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, NBA regular season is just so weird, especially with these guys sitting out. Um,
Yeah, we'll keep an eye
they
on it and definitely get those rankings out there for you. But the big dogs are the ones that are paving the way. A lot of good young teams and some super teams as well fighting for spots in the middle. Don't forget about the Lakers and the Clippers. They're always in the hunt too. But yeah, some good basketball coming down the stretch.
Yeah, for sure. NBA's kinda getting in the full swing of things. 15 games into the season, 14 games
The
into the
tournament's
season.
almost over. The in-season tournament's almost over, right?
I've no could not tell you about the in-season tournament. I know nothing
Let
about
me
it.
see if it's over. I know the Celtics won an in-season tournament game the other day. The courts look pretty cool though, huh?
No way it's already over.
No, it's still going. Is today the
Like, no
last
way.
day? No, it's still going.
I thought it was all season.
Oh, really?
Or maybe, like, it goes to the All-Star break, and then that's when.
Oh, here it is. The December 7th is the semifinals. December
Yep.
9th is the championship.
Okay, so that's
Quarterfinals on
actually
the
not.
5th. Quarterfinals on the 4th.
Holy shit, it ends very soon.
It ends in December. How do you check those standings?
It's on the score, they have an
Oh, I
in-season
have it. I
thing.
have it right here.
Celtics are 2-0.
Celtics 2-0, Bucks 2-0, Heat 2-0, Pacers 2-0, Lakers 3-0,
Lakers 3-0, what?
Kings 2-0. And
Dude, I'm gonna start looking at this now. Lakers are gonna win tonight, 100%, -7.
that's important on the day to day. Did you see whose clip was it? Dame's the other day. The Bucks are gonna win every single one too. What did he say? He was like, some people that play on our team, coaches, they need that extra.
They need that 500K.
Yeah. So like they're grinding for it. I'm gonna do that with you. Let's remember that when we're sending our NBA plays, is NBA in season tournament games mean a bit more to those.
Yeah, for sure. Let's pay attention to it. But NBA's, I kind of like it. I kind of like the in-season tournament. I hate the courts, but I like the concept of it. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's kind of it. We have college football here, but Ace, you don't really know talk much about college football.
No, just
Just some game.
rattle those games off to me. I'll let you know what I just rattle them off quick, and I'll let you know what I think
Yeah, we
about
got some big games coming up. We have Oregon State at Oregon. That's 11:24. So what's that? Friday?
it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is Friday. Oregon State at Oregon, 2 top 15 teams.
Bo
That
Nix.
should be a good one. Ohio State at Michigan. That's obviously the biggest game of the year.
Give me Ohio
Looking
State.
forward
I've watched both.
looking forward to seeing that one. You like Ohio State? They're plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like that. I might take that.
That's gonna be a big one. I'm sure we'll have a play on that one,
You
but
guys
we'll
like
see.
Michigan, don't you?
I don't know. I like the under if anything. But third
Michigan.
game, Alabama at Auburn. Big game for Alabama.
I like Alabama.
What did you have to say about Ohio State, Michigan? Want to get into that a little?
Yeah. Ohio State. They like to score. They like to score a lot of points. They have all those receivers. I just think that Michigan can't score. I don't know. Enlighten me why you think on how either team could win this game.
You're no, you're definitely more. You're kind of hitting the nail on the head. But I mean, Michigan's defense is really freaking good. You're going to see a lot of struggles from Kyle McCord. I think Ohio State's defense is actually the best defense in the country. So I don't think you're going to see much from that Michigan offense. I don't like that Michigan offense to begin with. I think JJ Patterson's overrated. Blake Corum's probably a top 3 running back in college football, but he hasn't really put up the numbers this year. I think Ohio State wins this football game. I know it's going to be hard going into the big house,
You're
but
wearing a
without Jim
Buckeyes
Harbaugh,
hat.
yeah, it doesn't. Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't
you
mean I
got it. All right. So that
can't be realistic about. Oh, yeah, exactly. So you think I'm being biased?
no. I'm saying I don't even think you realized that as we were talking about this game.
No, I actually didn't. But yeah, give me the Buckeyes. I think they're probably the best team in the country as well. Georgia's been playing really good football too, so it's kind of making me
Yeah.
clean away from
I
the best
watched
team in
that
the
Georgia
country.
game
But
the other day, dude.
oh
They
my
were
god, dude,
rolling. You know
dismantle
what was
against
nice?
top
I
team
I was
too.
watching them at the bar and they went down 7-0. Was on a pick six or something. And I just looked at the line. I was like, hey, let me get something on this. It was -6.5 for Georgia. I was like,
It was
yep,
first play of the game. They ran it back. They ran back the kickoff, I think, or maybe it was the
pick six.
first run play of the game or something. But
I took Georgia
yeah,
-6.5 right then, and they rolled.
roll, dude. I wasn't expecting that. But some good football this week for sure. Ohio State at Michigan should be a really good game. A lot of defense. Look forward to
What
it.
time is that one?
It's 12 o'clock on Saturday.
Nice. And what were the other ones you
But
had? You
yeah,
had Alabama, Auburn. Is that the last one?
yeah. That I think Alabama should definitely take care of business. It's in Auburn though, something to look out for. Big atmosphere, SEC country,
Yep.
big rivalry. Oregon State at Oregon also going to be a really good game, but it's at Oregon. If
Yeah,
this game was at
I've
Oregon
watched
State,
both. I think Oregon's gross though, aren't they undefeated?
they're not undefeated. Washington beat them, but
Oh.
they're very good. 6th seed. If this was in Oregon State, I think DJ Ukulele would have a chance to win this football game, but Bo Nix is probably going to tear
Bo
apart.
Nix is a dog. I think
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
him.
it's pretty good. But yeah, that'll wrap up all we have for this episode. Stay tuned for all the socials. Kind of
The Thanksgiving lay is gonna come your way too. You know how we do the Sunday parlays that we give you on the Sunday live stream. Tune into our social media. We'll post one the Thanksgiving lay. We're all gonna give a leg. It's gonna hit just like it did the first time when we did our Sunday ones. Other than that, tune into our Sunday live stream for sure.
yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Episode 13. Hit the books.
Go bees.